Good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is Anderson, and welcome back to another lesson with me. So this is the third part of the lesson about present perfect. Now we are here. Today's lesson we're going to study the rest of the functions that we did not study in the second part, and we're going to practice on the fourth part as well. Now I'm almost here. Don't worry. Two functions which are continuing facts and events and showing results. These are really easy, so don't worry and let's go. So, so we have two functions left here. Continuing facts and events and results. So do you remember the two functions that we studied on the second part? Okay. And do you remember that they had adverbs in between the have and pp? Yeah. But in this time, we're not going to use adverbs. Since is the adverb, but for is the prepositions. And in the results, we do not use an adverbs or something else. It's just pure present perfect form. So we can have a look at the sneak peek of the examples that I prepared for you guys. So I have written this book since 1999. Jane has lost her favorite pen. So we may know, and yeah, you must know, that the present perfect has a connection, has a relevance to the past and the present. Not just the past, not just the present, it's in the middle. So, first of all, let's have a look at the present perfect tense with continuing facts and events. So, we use present perfect tense when you explain the past events and continues up to the present. Yeah. So, let's think about the let's have a look at the example. So, example, it's a couple, yeah? They look really nice, right? They look really romantic as well. So, here's the example. We have seen each other for 10 years. We have for, preposition for in here, right? So, obviously, they started dating each other in the past. They started. And luckily, and it continues. And it's still true. And they mentioned the time, the period, right? 10 years. They have seen each other for 10 years. And it's still true. And it's still going on. And then they're still couple. They're still together. For 10 years. So we can say we have seen each other like this. But when you want to add more details about time, we can say for 10 years. Okay? And it still goes on and on. So let's have a look at the example with since. So I have a work here. So since March. I have worked here since March. So let's have a look at the timeline here. So, obviously, this woman started working on March, right? And it's past. But it's still going on. It's still true even in the past. So that's why we used I have worked here since March, right? Good. Then what about the differences between since and March? For, we use for when you want to add a detail about period. We use since when you want to add details about the specific point of time. We can say, I have worked here since 1999 or 2000. Okay, that specific point of time, not 10 years, 15 years. When you want to refer to that, you need to use for. But when you want to talk about the specific point of time, we need to use since. Okay? And it's still true. She works until now. And as an alternative, we use the present perfect continuous, have been working, and you can say both. You can say you can use either of it. I have been working here since March. I have worked here since March. But this is the sneak peek, so we're going to study this later. But let's focus on the past perfect here. Okay, I have worked here since March. Very good. Now let's move on to the results. So, as we know, that is really simple. The results in the past, here continues to the present, and it's still true. Really easy. So whenever you use a present perfect tense, you need to ask a question. You need to ask some question to yourself. So is it still true? Is it still true? Yeah? Okay. Now let's move on to the example. So, present perfect results. Jane has finished her homework. Jane has finished her homework. Really simple, the structure as well. Jane, subject has, right? Has, not have, finished, PP. Finish, finished, finished, right? So, Jane has finished her homework, and it's still true. Has finished her homework. Okay, then, but what's going to happen when I just take has out and just Jane finished her homework? What if I say like that? Then it just remains in the past. Then we don't know what Jane is doing in the present, right? It's not true at all. But when we use the present perfect tense, has finished her homework, it's still true. So let's move on to the next example. My favorite city, Paris. But unfortunately, not me. Jacob has gone to Paris this Friday. Jacob has gone to Paris this Friday. Simple. So has gone. So in this sentence they used present perfect tense, right? This Friday, Jacob went to Paris this Friday. Has gone. And Jacob is still in Paris. Jacob is still in Paris. That's why we use the present perfect tense. It is still true. Very good. Now we have studied 4 functions finally. And it's time to practice. So go to the practice video and let's practice. And I'll see you in the 4th part, the last part of the present perfect lesson. Now I'll see you in the 4th part and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.